With its airport and the M1 motorway on its doorstep, Luton is one of the most well-connected towns in Britain. To help keep tabs on people who are constantly on the move, Bedfordshire and Hertfordshire's traffic cops have turned to ANPR technology, automatic number plate recognition. PC's Tim Smart and Chris Thomas are part of a special 3-car, 5-man and 1-woman team whose job it is to catch criminals.
Got a Piaggio NRG in white.
A man on a scooter is making a run from one of the team.
There is a tiny stop at the moment. We are Ascot Road.
Right, Ascot, matching on it on Ascot Road.
Ascot Road.
4 degrees. 2 managers playing in a suitable vehicle.
Tim and Chris intend to head him off if they can get there in time.
We heard that it was a moped with one rider on it. They tried to stop and it obviously failed to stop. You could hear the sirens going in the background.
The way the rider is not stopping suggests the moped might be stolen at least.
Hey, can you see the helicopter?
We asked for a helicopter because the ideal situation is for a helicopter to come and take over on a pursuit on a bike, because it's safer and because 9 times out of 10 they won't get away.
I see one rider, black helmet with nitro sign on the left side, black hooded top, blue jeans, black boots, 20 miles an hour, now approaching the junction at 4 degrees, wrong side of the road.
Tim and Chris are on target to intercept the runaway bike, but there's a problem.
When we got to Crawley Green Road roundabout, the bike was effectively coming towards us. My idea was to stop all the traffic at the bottom, block it off, and then if the bike came down there, it wouldn't come straight into a flow of traffic. And potentially I could move off and try and direct him away from the town centre.
Stop.
The issue was the bus. He was just sat there looking at me.
Go! Go, bus, go! Go!
The frustration is you know what you want them to do, but you can't get across your point. They come out into the roundabout, it could have been quite a bad collision.
So right, Crescent Road.
But as the bus started to move, then the bike took a different direction.
Thanks to the bus, Tim and Chris are a fraction too late.
We turned into Crescent Road just as the pursuit was coming to an end. The bike was on the pavement and the traffic car on the pavement sort of went up in the air a little bit and off the bike. And it was low speed, he needed stopping.
Whether he thinks he's going to try and avoid the police car coming towards him by riding down the pavement the wrong way. As he's clipped that curb coming up, the moped has fallen, and as the moped has come off, Mick has just made contact with the moped.
It may not have been the textbook way of stopping a bike.
2-3 vehicles stop, 1 in custody.
But the outcome, nevertheless, is perfect. 1 rider under arrest and no damage or injuries to report.
You could see that he was shaken and was a bit, well, I don't know what's actually going on now. I don't know what I've done.
The cops have no idea why the lad chose not to stop, but he's being arrested anyway.
Anything you do so may be given evidence. Do you understand?
Yes.
I've initially arrested him on suspicion of aggravated vehicle taking because the bike was registered to somebody else.
But there may be something far more serious afoot.
Have you got anything on you shouldn't have?
Nice. Everything's my moped seat.
Something hidden in the bike, perhaps.
And then he said McGee is in the bike. So we're thinking, happy days. What's he got on the bike?
Outstanding prompt is 20 In these calls, is there any indication of where Daniel...
We have had it before where we've stopped a moped and there's been knives under the seat. We've stopped them where there's been drugs under the seat.
But not this time.
And then we looked in the bike and there was his ID and stuff, and he just said he failed to stop because he had no tax. All of this for tax.
People do the silliest things. You know, he obviously panicked, saw the police car behind him and didn't want to stop. Didn't want to be in trouble for having no tax. And it was as simple as that.
What's your name, fella? Chris. Chris.
Dill.
To make matters worse, today is a special occasion for Mr. Dill.
Is it your birthday today? No, happy birthday.
It's not a happy birthday anymore. He's going to be spending the rest of it at Luton Police Station.
Happy?
The police car was okay and there might have a scuff mark on the bumper, but there was no damage.
Just Chris got behind it up Ashcroft Road and he just took off, failed to stop. I mean, it wasn't excessive speed, because they don't go that fast, do they? But he just failed to stop. Hence, once we got a marked car, got behind it, we took over the initial pursuit and he just wouldn't stop. Why? Apparently he's got no tax. And we don't normally penalise people for tax, so we can give him a £60 ticket for failing to display. And it's his birthday. So I've ruined his birthday.
To be fair, looking at the grand scheme of things, what the ANPR team are there to deal with, he'd have actually walked away with verbal advice.
Well, we're going to go now.
Okay.
We'll push it this way so you can sting it if anything else comes in.
Policing on the front line, having direct contact with people and tackling crime and disorder is the toughest job in the police force.
Traffic is still the ultimate frontline service. You get the equipment, the tools and the training to do the job in a very specialist way.
And Luton is one of the toughest places to police.
When I started in the police, I was offered the choice where I wanted to start, and I did choose Luton. Raised a few eyebrows with people thinking, why does he want to go to Luton? But I've always been told it's one of the busiest places that you can work. 2 years in Luton is often like 5 years experience somewhere else.
After 5 years as a response officer in Luton, Ian knows the place all too well, and there isn't anything that happens here that surprises him anymore. But that's about to change. Ian is by a local fair, looking for some suspects involved in a robbery.
So I think they're in there. I've got taser, and we're obviously floating around the area just in case there were any sightings. We didn't know how many people were there. We didn't know whether any weapons had possibly been involved.
The two youngsters up ahead might be the ones he's looking for.
All right, guys. Just quickly, hang on. Let's come back this way. Where have you come from?
Fair.
The fair? You come from the fair? Right.
Yeah, we're going to the fair.
Okay. Well, because I'm going to take your first answer, and there's an incident that's happened down at the fair. They just matched the description of possibly somebody who was involved in the Lucy Fate robbery. And a gentleman with a black cap and blue jeans has apparently been involved.
That's grey cap.
Wow. Grey, black, either way. Okay. I'm not saying you're involved in it, but I'm saying because you're matching descriptions of people that might have been involved, I'm going to search you both, okay? Is there anything on you that you shouldn't have at this moment in time?
No.
You've been smoking cannabis today?
No.
Has someone been around you smoking cannabis?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah? What are you doing with that little empty bag there, then? Mm-hmm. Don't try and pull the wool over my eyes, mate. Been doing this job a bit too long for stuff like that. Just keep your bag still. It's all right, I'll do it.
They're not the suspects from the fair, but Ian has found something.
Oh, dear.
Some bags of cannabis.
All right. So that's coming with me. Normally, if you stop someone in its personal use, they will have possibly 1 or 2 little bags that will be loose in their possession, possibly in their trousers. What he had was a little pouch, and within that pouch was contained, I think it was 7 or 8 deal bags. Now, I don't know whether or not that was full when he left the house at the start of the day. I don't know at what point I've stopped him walking down the street. He could have been on the outskirts of the fair, and he could have been doing that all day long.
The boy looks barely old enough to pedal a bicycle, let alone drugs.
Right, how old are you?
12.
12?
Yeah.
Disgraceful, mate. Come and take a seat in the back of here. All right, jump in there, shuffle across to the other side, please. It was one of the more shocking jobs, I'm not going to lie, to get somebody of his age to have that bag of cannabis with all the little deal bags inside it, and he's heading towards Lucy Fate. And you put all the evidence together there and then, and you know for a fact he's going there, and he's not going to be smoking it all himself. He's going to be handing it over to whoever it's going to be. You got anything on you shouldn't have? Same question before.
No.
If you're honest with me.
I am being honest with you, lad.
The other lad is clean, but doesn't appear overly concerned about his mate.
He doesn't really understand what he's got himself involved in. That's why his friend thought it was a big joke.
Oh, shit. No way, man. Oh, my days.
Any of this yours?
Nah, none of it's mine.
Okay, you're good to go. All right, we'll have a chat with him. Shuffle over to the other side for me, please, mate.
If the boy is a dealer, he's the youngest Ian's ever come across.
You're 12 years old.
That's not mine.
That's not yours?
No.
Right. Whose is that then?
I was just dropping it off to a friend.
Right, who are you dropping it off to?
A friend.
Right. The Lucy fair was on that day with an awful lot of people that were confined in one area. If his story was that he was taking it down there for a friend, shall we say, then it was probably true. If I seem hacked off, I am hacked off. But there's a reason why I'm hacked off. It's not because I think you're a bad person. It's that I think at the age of 12, you should have enough about you to know that carrying drugs is risky because you're going to get arrested, right or wrong. I think the dealers would have had proper little runners out who were probably going to sneak under the radar because the event was well policed. And as a police officer, if you're down there, if you see the usual suspects that you're coming across for drugs offences, you're going to be stopping them and you're going to be searching them, especially if you've got grounds to do so. With 12-year-old lads, 13-year-old lads, generally you'll be looking at them thinking, well, they're not going to be that daft, are they, to be carrying drugs around with them? But apparently, well, not so in this day and age. If it's not for your mate and you are smoking it at the age of 12, you really, really need to start looking at what you're doing. When I started, you were used to the criminal damages and the graffiti and the other bits and pieces. The drugs thing just seems to be now creeping in more and more at a younger age.
Having ensured the moped rider won't forget his birthday in a hurry, the ANPR team are quickly back on the road.
I didn't think
for no tax. What an idiot.
Tim and Chris are nearly always crewed together and are the best of mates.
See a lot of him in and out of work, speak to him a lot. See him probably more than I do my partner sometimes. Going to be his best man at some point, soon.
Tim rubs off on everyone. It doesn't matter how bad a day you've had, he'll just build you straight up and you'll just end up coming out laughing. Absolutely brilliant.
Moments after ending up chasing one bike for no tax, Tim spotted another to try and stop.
Well, that'd be a good one.
There doesn't seem to be an awful lot amiss with this one either.
He had a really small number plate. Started to have a look at it, got behind it, and then he just roared off.
He's not hanging around. Something is amiss.
Pretty straight, get a helicopter straight away. Lima 23, motorcycle making off, Castle Street, at speed. Get a helicopter, please.
How can that happen so quickly after another one? Which is why I said to Chris, straight away, get the helicopter. It was a powerful bike, because he could have left us standing if he wanted to, especially around the town.
But he hasn't, and there's no need for the helicopter. The rider's pulled up at the lights.
Oscar Yankee 07 Charlie Kilo X-ray. Mate, go down the right. Charlie Kilo X-ray. We've got it stopped Windsor Street.
Stinks of cannabis around here, doesn't it? I think I could smell some cannabis outside, but didn't know whether it was from him or where it was coming from.
Sorry. Take your crash helmet off for us.
Sorry.
Is it yours?
Yes, it is, sorry.
Registered it to you?
Yes, it is, sorry.
What was that all about?
Sorry, boss. No, I'm quickly going home. I'm an idiot, man. I should have done it, man.
You got a driver license on you?
I have, boss, yeah.
Got an illegal number plate.
Sorry, I know, that's what I was going to change as well. I'm going to get that sorted on Monday. Sorry, man. I shouldn't know what was. I'm an idiot. I shouldn't have been speeding. I've got a full licence.
He held his hands up, but there's still something in my mind that something wasn't right. What's your name?
Courtney Hannigan.
Oh, you used to have the little...
C2.
Tim has dealt with the man about his driving before.
As soon as he said who he was, we recognised the name, both me and Chris, straight away. Courtney, just jump in the back of the car for a minute, mate, please.
But it's the overwhelming smell that's concerning Tim.
The stink of cannabis coming from you is a lot.
I was just at my mate's house, he was smoking.
Right.
I haven't got
How do I get into your bike as well?
I haven't got anything in there.
How do I get into it?
You can't get into it.
8425 C87 Robin Road. 8425. Thank you.
Nothing, the seat doesn't come up?
No, boss.
Searched him, just found a cannabis grinder, which is obviously where they grind down their cannabis in order to put it into their cigarettes. Just turn around and face the car, please, buddy.
You know what, boss? I've run out of, I'm not going to lie, I've run out of MOT.
Courtney, I'm not so sure that something doesn't come off this bike because it stinks.
Jump in the back for us. Where's your keys?
597.
Sort of walked around the bike and put my nose against it, and there was a real pungent smell of cannabis coming from the seat. and round the seat rim there was some marks, like screwdriver marks or key marks, where he'd like tried to force it open or leave it open before. So I was convinced something was definitely in there.
Corny, I don't want to break your bike, but I'm going to rip that big bit off in a minute. How do I get it off? Just leave it there, just keep staying there, staying there. How do I get it off? Just put it up.
Plus is the key. Seriously, I can't.
Who's in cuffs on him?
Alright.
Stay there.
I'm sorry, alright, I ain't going anywhere, man.
Give us your other hand now.
I'm not going anywhere, man.
Right, give us your other hand.
I'm not going anywhere.
No, you're not. That's right.
I'm not going anywhere.
Get in there! Get in! Oh no, wait. Get down! Get down! Sorry for assistance! Sorry for assistance, straight away!
Chris is holding onto the man by the handcuff for dear life.
Get out of the phone and tase you! Do you understand?
Yes, all right.
Do you understand? Put your hand out!
Right.
You're already on us! Put your hand out now! Put your hand out now!
All right.
Get on the floor! Put your hand out now!
All right, hold on a second.
Get on the floor! Don't you move! Get your fucking hand and tase him! Do you understand? Get your hand out now, they'll tase you. Do you understand? So for ETA, please!
Chris has been hurt badly.
When you want help, it always feels like a long time, but it was a matter of minutes.
Luckily, the police station is just around the corner and help's already arrived.
Best sound in the world of sirens pulling up.
Get him cuffed! Get his hand out! Get his hand out now! Get his hand out now! Get his hand out now! Get your hand out now!
Release your hand!
Get your hand out now! Get your fucking hand out now!
Come here. All right. 6
Chris, you alright? Chris, you alright? Where's your mouth? Your nose?
Oh, no, my head's banging.
Tim's own CS gas he managed to spray is badly affecting him.
I was in the cloud as well.
My gas is somewhere.
It's over there, Smarty, by your 1 foot.
Chris is unconscious, but not from the gas.
Chris, talk to me. Chris.
Lots of people have gathered to see just what's going on.
And you see them get their phones out and start taking pictures and filming you. It makes you angry sometimes, things like that.
But none have offered to help.
It'd be nice to have somebody come over and hold a leg or grab hold of somebody, but I wouldn't expect somebody to come over and start helping me out unnecessarily. Especially, I think the way society's gone nowadays, I don't think people help each other. So why should they help a policeman?
Chris, talk to me.
Chris, man, come on. Chris, come on. Chris, talk to me, Smarty. Chris, talk to Smarty.
Keep talking to us, Chris.
Yeah, all right.
Just keep talking, yeah?
No, he's bleeding severely from his nose and mouth. Been punched in the head, his head's banging. He's losing consciousness.
Chris, keep talking, mate. Keep talking, fella. Can you hear me still, yes? Yeah? Just give us a nod or something, yeah? Good lads.
The emergency's been heard over the radio by everyone.
We'd literally only just got into Luton custody with Mr. Dill from the Moped. And the first thing I heard was sheer panic in Tim's voice, asking for urgent assistance. And that was the first we knew something was very wrong.
But the biker doesn't think he's done anything wrong.
You're gonna break my fucking wrist!
As I pulled up, there was already a sea of blue lights there from Panda cars and divisional vans that were there as well.
Calm yourself down! You're gonna break my wrist, bro! Go away!
He was unconscious when I got to him. His eyes were starting to roll back a little bit, and his eyelids were flickering. He was shaking. He'd gone white. His face was covered in blood, but the problem was I couldn't see where the blood was coming from.
We have a male detained on the floor. The officer is...
Right, he's got loads of drugs in this bike.
Tim appeared just to be in absolute shock, sort of walking around and, you know, trying to do things but not really doing them.
No! Everybody stay here and watch this! Right, dog, right. Look at this!
The man's finally been restrained and is going to be taken away unceremoniously, despite his pleas of innocence.
I haven't done nothing. I haven't done nothing. What is wrong with you, John? How am I supposed to stand up? Get your legs in, boss. Get your legs in. Get your legs in. Get your legs in. Sit up there. Sit there. And be nice.
The next thing I remember is the paramedic arriving.
At last, Chris can get some medical treatment. He's come round, but no one seems to know what his injuries are or how they've happened.
Okay, stay there, buddy.
He's been assaulted. I think he's been...
Not quite sure. Tim, how was he hit, mate?
Don't know, he just punches you go mad. I don't know. I didn't see how he got hit.
So punch to the head.
Punch in the head,
being dizzy. Banging head, he was saying he feels a little bit cold. He's been a little bit in and out of consciousness, but he's always been breathing.
An inspector's arrived to find out for herself exactly what has happened to one of her men.
Yes, confirmed.
Basically, we pitch up at the bottom of the road where he's can't pick at stupid speeds. He's pulled over fine, got out here, talking to him, said who he is, we recognise him from a long time ago.
Yeah.
Chris has got him in the back of the car talking to him. I've gone on the bike, and the bike stinks of cannabis. But,
have we identified what he used to punch you?
It's just his hands, that's all he's got, yeah. Because Chris had hold of the handcuff the whole time, so it wasn't in that.
We weren't sure at the time what had caused that puncture wound. Now transpires that the rider had the bike key in his hand, so effectively the bike key is like this, or one of these fingers, so he's got his fist clenched with the bike key up, and he's taken a swing at Chris, which is then penetrated just in here. I'd say another 2 inches higher, he'd have lost an eye.
30-year-old Chris Thomas has only been on the ANPR team a year. Before that, he always patrolled in Luton, but he's never experienced anything like this before.
My head was pounding, and I just remember speaking to Chris Leah at some point on the floor, and then I remember a paramedic turning up.
Chris, I'm sorry, man.
It's fine, Tim. For what?
I can't help you, man.
What do you mean you couldn't help?
Fucking mad,
buddy? Yeah, sure.
He was beating himself up saying, oh, he should have done more. There was nothing more Tim could have done. There was nothing more anybody could have done. He overpowered both me and Tim when he pushed himself out of that car. With one cuff on, I just had hold of the other side of the cuff. And then as he's pushed out, taking a blow to the face, in which my glasses then flung out of my face onto the floor. I mean, he was just throwing me around like a rag doll. Trying to get away. We were holding him, trying to get him back on the floor to contain him and restrain him on the floor. And all I remember is me holding onto that cuff and being pulled around the road into the main road. Then I've had another hit to the face. The last main detail I remember of the incident was we'd had him on the floor. I've still got the hold of the cuff with his arm out towards me, and all I remember is having a face full of CS, and just remember seeing blood pouring out my face on the ground where I was obviously kneeling down or laying down.
Chris is showing all the signs that he's suffering from severe concussion.
I remember almost being sick near the road sign.
He's going to be rushed to hospital. He needs treatment fast.
Apparently it's all been captured on CCTV, but he was just absolutely mental.
They watched it all, didn't they?
Yeah,
saw it all, didn't they?
saw the lot.
Tim hasn't come through the ordeal unscathed either.
Once things started to calm down, you start to realise what had happened. The adrenaline has sort of stopped pumping. Realised that my pinky was quite sore, so I had to go and see the doctor.
The strength was unbelievable. This had no effect at all. Unbelievable.
Yeah, of course we will, mate. No problem at all. Sorry, you went a little bit dark.
Even punching him was nothing, was it?
Do you
Nothing
want me
at all.
I think if he'd have had a weapon with him, he was so in that zone that he might have thought about using it. You know, Chris is lucky he didn't get his hand out and start using the handcuff against him. You know, because that could be quite a nasty weapon as well.
You're not to drive. All right, okay. That's going to have to stay here for now, isn't it? Yeah, for a little while. It's going to have to stay here. Do you want to come back to Luton with me?
We are like a family at work, effectively. You know, we all look out for each other.
You're all right.
Yeah,
Come on, let's get you back.
Fucking, yeah.
It's all right, let's get you back. Let's get you back.
I've known Tim since I was 15. We were cadets together, we were specials together. You know, we've known each other a long time, and I've never seen Tim in that state before.
Yeah, it's all a bit fuzzy, but yeah, I'll get some stuff. Yeah, it will.
Sit down, have a cup of tea. And
yeah, of course we'll.
And then
yeah.
update me later how you think, or go through Sergeant.
Yeah, of course, well, yeah. The engine's right, the keys are in it anyway. We'll see how it's all right.
The cops have still got no idea why the motorcyclist became so violent. They suspect it can only be something to do with what's in his bike.
We're going to take Tim back to Luton.
The smell of cannabis coming from that bike was just horrendous. So you knew there was something in the bike.
Already back at Luton police station is the 12-year-old boy who was found with cannabis on him.
DP was stopped for a routine check because he smelled of cannabis, carried out Section 23, Misuse of Drugs Act search, at which point I found 4 bags of cannabis inside that bag that was in his possession. He stated that he was carrying it.
Cannabis was recently upgraded in 2009 from a Class C to a Class B substance, meaning the penalties for possessing it or supplying it have increased. Just for possession, a court could impose a 5-year prison sentence.
So do you understand why you've been arrested?
Yeah.
Who are you living with now, Mum or Dad?
Mum.
Just Mum. Is she aware you're here, or does she know you've been arrested? No.
More often than not, though, the police just issue offenders with a warning.
When I was their age, cannabis was a big no-no, it's a drug. But now it's just got this image that, oh, it's only cannabis. If we get stopped with that, then we'll get a slap on the wrist. And we can get a warning for it. Then we might get a caution for it. Then later on we might get put before the courts. But they're still not going to do anything other than fine us. And you do think to yourself, well, you're talking 3 or 4 times they can get caught for possession of cannabis or using cannabis, and nothing really is going to happen to them. So where is the deterrent?
Calling in relation to your son, he's been arrested.
Maybe the boy's parents will be able to provide the answer, but at the moment, they're nowhere to be found.
I need to speak to you in relation to why he's been arrested. If you could call us back.
I've tried to speak to his mom. I asked him about his dad. He said he didn't know where he was. Right, if you take your shoes off for me. Right, you'll have to spread your mattress out, so we'll go across there. Give you a hand. Grab on that. Okay. If you need anything, this buzzer on the wall, okay? Everybody's literally just round the corner. We're in a cell designed for younger people. Should be back with you soon, and if need be, I'll go and have a knock on your door. Is your mum likely to be home, or is she at work? Is she? It suddenly starts to dawn, well, hold on a minute, I've got caught here with drugs. And it's only really when you close that cell door and you look into their eyes and you get a feel for, are they actually bothered about what's going on? And a lot of people, you put them in the cell, you close the cell door and they'll be asleep before the door's closed. They're just so used to it. With somebody like him, you'd like to think that this might be a bit of a wake-up call, because he was sat there with his head in his hands. But you never can tell these days, that's the sad thing.
Outside, Tim has returned for a post-mortem into what went wrong when he and Chris pulled over the biker.
I'm alright, yeah, I'm still a little bit, kind of fucking...
You knew I would have been first there.
Yeah, I know, man, yeah. Good to see you running across, yeah. Strong fucker, wasn't he?
He was, mate, I tell you what.
Well, Sanchez gets on, man. So much goes through your mind, and it is like slow motion. You know, once it all finishes, you can't remember much of it.
CCTV will help jog Tim's memory.
It's nice that the public helped, Jack. It's really nice, that is.
Every last moment was caught on camera.
I was convinced I did nothing at all. Whether that was part of shock or whatever, I was convinced that I just stood and watched Chris get dragged around, get beaten up, and then more officers arrive and they dealt with him. So watching CCTV, I saw that I did what I could. You know, I pranced around a little bit and sprayed a little bit, but, you know, got hold of his leg, tried to get him on the floor and held him down and things. So it's good watching it for me.
Throughout, Tim showed remarkable restraint.
I thought afterwards I punched him several times, but no. I'm not one of these people who has to get revenge on somebody. I wouldn't be sitting above him thinking, you know, look what you've just done to Chris, now you're going to get this back, you know, because I'm above that, I'm a policeman, you know, I'm not there to hand out punishments to people. I've got to just try and get them into custody.
Can I just have a brief account of what actually happened? There's some confusion about whether or not there was something happened in the car.
One of the inspector's priorities is to find out how the man managed to escape from the back of the police car.
Chris has managed to get a cuff on him.
So at that point, he's in the car.
Yeah, sorry, he's sat in the back of the car.
Sat in the back of the car.
And then really from there, it's all a blur. He just went mad.
Yeah.
We decided to put the handcuffs on him, got one on him, and that's when he played out. Wouldn't get the other handcuff on. It was his determined strength. He was getting out of the car, and you know, you sort of try and hold on to him in any way you could, but the gap was so awkward. You're not meant to get 3 blokes in that little gap of a car. What he's done is he's got his foot in a position where he could lever himself up in between the seats. So he's at the advantage that he can just push up against us. And it was just a case of he pushed us backwards out of the way. It's quite shocking to be moved out of the car like that.
Are you all right?
I'm all right, yeah, my fingers out in, but that's a bit pathetic compared to what happened to Chris, but no, yeah, the gas is out, but no, I'm all right. It's just all a bit strange, isn't it?
All right, I just want to double check.
Yeah, no, fine. Yeah, okay.
All right.
Bye, boss, thanks a lot.
No problem.
With the debrief over, Tim's got a chance to see the doctor.
Put my finger there, top of the finger especially.
His injury is a little worse than he thought.
Okay. I had a fractured little finger. It's fine, it's okay.
So just your exposure
from there up.
on the way up. Okay. So, but just to rule out any minor cracks.
Yeah.
So we need to get on X-ray.
The street fight was a sharp reminder of the dangers officers face every day in the line of duty.
You could stop 50 people in a day and you have no problems at all. And then that one person you do stop, that ends up happening to you. You know, there's nothing on his motorbike that said he was going to start beating policemen up. So it's a reality check.
The 12-year-old's mother has ridden off into the sunset, but Ian has managed to track down another member of his family.
Mum's up in Sheffield, apparently. We've got the auntie who's upstairs, who doesn't really know what he's doing at the moment. She's told him to stay in the house today. Apparently he hasn't, and he's just left the house. So she's happy to come in and act as an appropriate adult, but she can't say whether or not this is a blip or whether or not he's off the rails a little bit at the moment. Obviously, the best person to deal with him is going to be Mom, but if she's gone up to Sheffield and left him here, we don't know. I don't know what the personal circumstances are. It's going to be difficult. Ideally, the youth defending team will sit down with Mom and him and have a bit of a conference about what's going on and the way he's acting and get to the bottom of it. You try and say, well, is he going through any problems at the moment? Is there anything that you know of that is sending him down this path? She said, I don't really know him. And you think, well, you've got responsibility for him here. And you start asking simple questions to you and I. When did he last have a meal? I don't know, just leave food in the fridge. You think to yourself, well, if that's the life that he's got, what's stopping him trying something else? Because it might just be a cry for help. And that's even sadder, because if he's been pushed down that route that he doesn't want to go down because he thinks he's got no choice at his age, it's a rocky road from then. Got to be honest, it's a bit of a shocker for me, and that's having worked in Luton for 5 years, to be picking somebody up of his age, walking around with sort of bags of cannabis. It's not too common. Does he actually smoke it?
I don't know. Because he doesn't live with me. He lives with his mum.
Right, where does she live?
She lives in Stopsley's. I'm just
right, okay.
minding him for a week because she's gone to Sheffield.
Got you. I will always offer him all the help in the world if he wants to go down the right route. But if he chooses to go down the other route, I'm going to make it clear to him that I know his face, I know the area he lives in, and if I see him out and about causing problems, I'm going to arrest him. And I don't care if he's 12 years old or 44 years old.
Back at the nick, the bike that wasn't ridden off is going to be examined to get to the bottom of why its rider turned so nasty.
The smell of cannabis that came from that garage as soon as you walked in was there, even though the bike had cooled down. It's in there.
The opening ceremony is being photographed for verification.
This bit here is a cover where if you were to take a pillion, you'd take a plastic cover off and put the pillion seat on to take the pillion.
We found the locking mechanism for the plastic cover, and as soon as we removed that, then the bags of cannabis were just visible.
Voila!
24 bags of cannabis, which retail at about £20 a bag.
This is why I wanted to run, carrying his cannabis in the bike.
In the grand scheme of things, the amount isn't huge.
It was elation that there was enough in there to make you think, well, that's not just personal use. you're going to be looking at a possession with intent to supply, and you hope that relevant house searches that would have been carried out under Section 18 of the Police and Criminal Evidence Act would actually bring more evidence of dealing. But then you do get a little bit of disappointment thinking, well, hang on, looking at how he reacted to Chris and Tim, you know, all we found is 24 bags of cannabis. And you start asking yourself, well, why? You know, why?
It'll do, mate, it'll do, but at the end of the day, that's a lot of scrapping and a lot of trying to get away for a relatively small amount of cannabis, isn't it?
The way he was fighting and the way he was so desperate to get away and what he did to Chris, our thoughts were there's got to be something a lot more to this than a little bit of cannabis and a bike.
Just going to go upstairs to CRD for them to have a look at, and then I'll get booked into the drugstore. Tim's got a fractured finger, so he's going to be on light duties for a little while until that gets sorted out, bless him. And all we know at the moment is that Chris Thomas has had some glue put in a hole in his nose that's been caused by the injury.
In Bedford town centre, cops with tasers are being called to another serious incident.
We've got a report that a male with a red t-shirt in possession of a carving knife is trying to attack our informant. He wants to steal from him, wants to take his phone. Can you start making your way? You have full authority.
PC Carl Klein, however, has been beaten to the job by officers nearer the scene. But he has come across some other men acting suspiciously.
Hi guys, what's happening? There are officers on foot in the town dealing with other incidents, but initially, yeah, I'd stopped them both on my own. I got out, shouted at them, they did stop. You look familiar. You're not Patrick, is it?
Pardon?
You're not Patrick, are you?
The cops have special training for potentially threatening situations.
I can see the consequences of dealing with one, maybe two suspects on your own, which is why we keep a distance between them. I call it the bubble. It's just keeping that gap where you can see hands move or feet move, and it gives you a chance to respond, whether you fight or flight, whether you grab them or take a step back. But even so, reactionary gap from sort of 8 foot is not much, and you do need to have your wits about you. You're not from around here? Huh? Where are you from? Where are you from?
Yeah.
And where are you living?
Not from around here.
Okay, I need your address. Not from around here is not an address, is it, to me?
Yeah, I live in the south. Go on.
Right, give me your full address. Where were you born?
Where was I born? I was born here.
You born in Bedford?
No, United Kingdom.
Whereabouts?
King's College Hospital.
London?
Yeah.
All right. Where were you born, Jason?
Same place.
London.
Local bobbies have arrived with word from CCTV control that the men might be drug dealers.
Man on the right?
Have they been searched?
No, not yet.
Because we had information there was possibly a drug deal going down. So
Colin, yes please.
Section 23.
Yeah, born London.
We've had information of some suspicious activity taking place down there. Both of you are detained under Section 23 of the Misuse of Drugs Act.
The two men are going to be detained and searched for drugs.
5734's just joined me with some information about sus drug dealing, so they're both being searched. I don't know if you got eyes all.
The old sus law, where people were stopped and searched just for looking suspicious, led to race riots in the 1980s before being outlawed. Nowadays, the cops are supposed to stop and search only when there is a reasonable suspicion of an offence. It appears their suspicion was right.
Give me that back. Spit it out. Spit it out.
Spit it out.
Spit it out. Spit it out.
It's gone.
It's marijuana.
Is it? Oh, right, it's not so bad.
Gone. It's gone.
Okay.
It's only marijuana,
Yeah,
man.
only?
Come on now.
Just take hold of his right hand.
Come
Take
on,
him
what
in
are you
for
doing,
a
man?
strip search.
What's the point for a strip search, man? All I had was just a bit of weed.
Yeah. But we ain't got it, have we?
Oh, you know. You guys always do stuff like this, man.
Always do stuff. What? Like make you swallow drugs?
Why? It's only a bit of weed, man. Come on now. It's only
Is that all that's on you?
I swear to God.
Yeah?
I swear to God, that was all that was on.
And is your name Jason?
No.
Right.
It's
so-
my name. What? I thought you might say Joseph. That's my name, Jason.
Okay. So those details you gave me are real, are they?
Yeah, man.
A check on his mobile fingerprint device has told Carl the man is still lying about who he is. Hopefully he isn't lying about what he's swallowed as well.
I don't think a bit of cannabis is going to do any harm, but You may well need some medical advice. We don't know what was in there. If it was anything more than cannabis, he's going to be in some difficulties, isn't he? They went back to the police station and a further search was carried out. Railway station.
Carl's now got a fresh concern.
Some issue at the railway station. I think they're expecting some trouble coming in.
It's all stations go.
Yeah, there was a job at the train station, 15 miles away in Flitwick, where there was a report of a stabbing. Uniform 10, yeah, and 11 en route. And the offenders have got on the train and we're heading towards Bedford.
A group of 50 males coming into the trade station is probably a bit exaggerated, but...
Firearms team was deployed around Flitwick station and we were sent as backup to Bedford train station.
Golly, can you just relay the facts again then?
The plan is to intercept the offenders, if the information is correct, on the train from Flitwick.
We knew what train times would be coming in. We'd liaise with British Transport Police to say when they arrived at Bedford, keep the doors locked. Police will be there with staff.
The problem is, 2 Flitwick trains are coming in almost together.
Does this one come from Flitwick? All the doors are open. What? There's no likely candidates that got off the train. This isn't just a sweep of the train. You just keep an eye on the doors? Yeah, I'm just doing a sweep of this train. Could somebody speak to BTP? If the train does manage to pull in, just keep the doors closed. We searched the first train and there was no such groups. That's fine, you can all go. Can you get the driver to close the doors and keep them closed on that train? A few minutes later, another train came in on the other platform. Guys, just stop there for a second. If the train stops and the doors don't open, then we'll let you through. But just keep there for a minute.
Luckily it's midweek, so there aren't too many people on the train.
This one looks empty.
Any gangs of youths on board should be easy to spot.
Yeah, we've got the people stopped at the bottom. Just wait there, please. So the other train, hopefully they won't mingle. We're trying to speak to the driver to get the doors to remain closed. We managed to keep the doors shut so we could get enough officers along the exit points of the train. Network Rail don't seem to know which train's which and where it's coming from. Yeah, release the doors. No, the doors have been opened now. We'll filter these people through. Any likely candidates will be stopped. We filtered them out, so if there was a group, we could just intercept them.
But there are no suspects to be found at all on the train.
That's fine, you can all go.
But one has been found back up the line in Flitwick.
They found the person who'd made the call, and the officers at the scene put 2 and 2 together. So completely pie in the sky, just made it up and rang 999.
The hoaxer will be arrested and charged with wasting police time. "30 miles away in Hertfordshire, a very unusual vehicle has just been stolen. PC Mike McCoy is rushing to help 2 of his traffic colleagues who are chasing it.
We heard Dave and Tony had a vehicle failing to stop for them. So I've jumped in the car and tried to get there as quick as possible.
The vehicle's been stolen from Radlett and is heading down the A41 towards London. Luckily, it's not going very fast. Mike should be able to catch up with them. His colleagues are chasing a kind of off-roader, a Dune buggy. PC Dave Marshall is in the lead car chasing the buggy.
Wasn't the fastest chase I've ever had, to be honest. I think we topped out about 45 miles an hour down that road.
Nevertheless, it's not stopping. As with motorbikes, the unprotected wheels of the buggy make it potentially dangerous to attempt any direct contact.
They were thinking we're not going to get caught by the police, and that's their single goal at that point.
But the cops have got to stop the thieves before they try something out of the ordinary.
The main thing was that we didn't want that thing to go off-road because us in our estate cars would never have caught up with it if he'd have gone into a field or something like that. We tried once to get past it, but the road opened up and it wasn't right for us to stop it there. And then he goes through a blind set of traffic lights where he can't see either way when ours is on red. And at that point we thought he's going to have some sort of collision soon.
The buggy has got no lights, no mirrors, and is being driven by two youngsters.
You could tell they were young males. They both had hooded tops on, and the hoods were right up over their heads and trying to disguise themselves as best they could. But you just put out what description you can put out when you're chasing them to make sure other people, if they do run off, know who they are and who we're looking for.
There's a police chopper on its way, but before it arrives, the cops have spotted their chance to put an end to the pursuit. By getting a car in front and boxing him in. The driver's out and over the central reservation like a gazelle. But his mate copped an unfortunate break.
When he jammed the vehicle in, the passenger couldn't obviously move because he was stuck against our car, but the driver was obviously very quick on his heels. He sort of helped us out there a little bit by hitting the back of the police car, in all honesty, because it jammed him into the barrier and couldn't get away. So that brought it to a successful stop.
Except they've only caught the passenger.
Waiting for a dog with a bit of luck.
But he literally went over the fence like he could fly. There's no way we could get over the fence.
The arrested lad isn't giving anything away.
We were going to a job in Radley where there's been a burglary at some estate or something there. As we've come down the road on the way there, this has been coming the other way with these two blokes from London in it. He doesn't know where he's just been, doesn't know what he was doing there, doesn't know the bloke he's with virtually, only knows his name, Michael. So I think there's a bit more to it than they're telling us at the moment.
The Dune buggy is one of the more unusual vehicles Dave's ever chased.
It looked like something that you'd go and drive around a sand beach across a load of dunes, not driving around a street in Hertfordshire.
Did he just drive straight in the back of the police car? Just like, so I start slowing down. Not having that.
He's slammed us in the back.
It's a low-speed chase.
Yeah, so
it's ridiculous.
The police helicopters arrived to track down the missing driver.
Met helicopters coming as well because they've had a linked call from some bloke in the back of the garden. They might get him, you know. We've got two helicopters.
Have we?
Yeah.
No, I've got a video of Saunders falling off the other side of the fence.
Brilliant.
The gazelle is in the garden and has been snared by the chopper crew.
They found the gentleman and he approached some police officers and handed himself in.
Both gentlemen are going to be taken into custody. The cops will have the buggy examined for evidence to prove that they stole it.
No one was injured, the vehicle was stopped, and both people were arrested. I think it was a good, successful job.
The buggy's not built for speed. Even so, it could have gone a whole lot faster than it did.
I think they only found first gear. There was a gearbox in the middle, and it was in the up position. And I think it had a second gear, and it could have gone faster. But I don't think they'd worked that out, which was a bit lucky for us, I suppose, because it would have been even more dangerous.
Not only were the thieves so stupid that they couldn't find second gear, it also turned out that they'd filmed themselves on a mobile phone hot wiring the buggy inside the owner's garage.
They'd been using the phone as a light to try and see what they were doing in the garage, and I think he'd accidentally recorded himself and his mate burgling this garage.
Don't even pass that yet. No,
It was just the evidence the CID investigators were looking for.
One buried his head in the hands and said, "Oh, okay, I'm guilty," and the other said, "It's not me." and then at one point on the video, you see like just it's clearly him wearing the same shoes he had in the interview, same top, same clothes, and had his socks over his hands that he had on as well. So I had nowhere to go really.
Do you want to come back to me?
Can't it open, right?
X-Ray Alpha 99, the police helicopter, is homeward bound. But all of a sudden, it's encountered what's fast becoming the biggest menace to flying at night. Lasers.
No, I've got problems. We've got being targeted by a high-powered laser.
Crew's attention was drawn to a green laser being shone at the aircraft, quite a powerful laser.
It's a serious matter.
And you are playing potentially roulette with passengers and crew in the aircraft, particularly if the aircraft's an important phase of flight, such as coming in, taking off or landing from an airport quite close to the ground. The pilots, if they're dazzled, that could cause significant issues.
We're trying to identify the property at the moment.
Unbeknownst to the culprits, they've been caught on the helicopter's powerful thermal imaging camera. Cops on the ground will soon be paying them a visit.
Property is number one road. They're in the rear garden. They're still targeting the aircraft.
Carl in Bedford has been called to the scene.
Laser pen. Ah, right. They're showing it at the aircraft, yeah.
Yes, I see.
It's a pretty unusual job for Carl and his driver, Bob Martingale.
Quickly going left, bud. I'm your sat-nav. Shall I talk in a female voice?
Under the Air Navigation Act 2006, shining any light at an aircraft is an offence.
Right, yeah.
They're prosecuted if you will be.
Yeah. I have one in Luton.
Because if it is the pilot in the eyes...
There's a helicopter.
Yeah.
The helicopter's pretty good in moving off the location but keeping them under observation, and then we can move in with their guidance.
There's two persons in the rear garden. There is evidence that video evidence of them doing the accident. Jump and down with convoys like that.
Have they got anybody down?
Special.
A special constable is already at the address.
The officer at the house was on his own with two suspects the helicopter could see. We went and backed them up.
In most cases, a pilot getting a flash from a laser is manageable, but at the wrong moment, it could have severe consequences.
Yeah, it can be a serious offence. It can be fatal consequences, couldn't it, really? Those pens can blind. Normally they have a little warning on it.
Flying a helicopter, driving a car or a lorry, you have a laser light in. The first thing you're going to do is try and shield that. You don't want to take your hands off helicopter control, do you?
There it is.
Recklessly using a laser doesn't only endanger aircraft, but it's also another waste of the police's time and can even lead to a prison sentence.
The problem is it's in somebody's back garden. Yeah.
The person who shone the laser is a young man. His father is less than pleased.
You all right?
Nothing here.
Crazy.
Crazy guy.
Crazy. I'm sure you're aware of the consequences of a laser pen in your eye. Because these pilots, they may wear night vision goggles. Yeah? And it will blind somebody, wouldn't it? How old is it your son, is it?
Yeah, my son.
How old?
Very good. 23, I think.
Oh, right. So it's not
Yeah. Very good, my son. Very good.
Yeah.
No problem. I don't know.
No.
First time this one.
Fair enough. It's a serious offence, though.
Yeah, you're right.
Could be.
Yes, you're right.
Consequences are quite grave, aren't they? There's legislation for doing this. It is a specific offence. His son, he was spoken to by the officer and arrested for that offence.
Never trouble, never anything, It's just one of them things people don't know about. A laser pen. If it is it's the pilot in the eyes. You write every day, every time you write.
Because we want people to learn not to do this.
The 23-year-old is learning the hard way. He's being led away for questioning at the police station.
I'll just have a quick look at the pen.
Yeah, that's very impressive.
Green laser pointer.
We took possession of the pen. The light from a laser is infinite. It will keep going.
It is very, very powerful.
Whether it be 10 feet, 100 feet, that intensity is the same. If you put the lens cover on it, it actually multiplies by, I'd say, 1,000 dots.
Oh God, look at that.
And they're all the same intensity.
So you've now got 1,000 beams rather than one. Cool. I thought he was on your own. Turn me on till. Cool.
I don't think there's malice from people who get found by police aircraft. They're just not aware of the consequences of their actions. They're reckless as to what they're trying to do.
The number of laser strikes is rocketing. Last year in Britain, there were nearly 2,000 of them against all types of aircraft, compared to just 27 reported in 2007.
It is a significant problem. I don't think there goes a month in the UK when a police aircraft is not hit with a laser. So there's 30-odd helicopters in the UK, police aircraft, and it'd be one hit a month at least.
After being quizzed at the police station, the man who laser flashed the copper's chopper was released after accepting a police caution. The 12-year-old boy found with cannabis was given a 3-month referral order and made to undergo a 6-month reparation and intervention program. The cannabis-eating man was released without being charged when no evidence could be found, after it had all been eaten. The young man, whose birthday it was, who fled from the cops just because he had no tax, pleaded guilty to dangerous driving and had his licence taken away for 18 months. The other biker, who turned nasty, pleaded guilty to 2 charges of assault, as well as possession of cannabis and cocaine, and was sentenced to 9 months in prison. Chris Thomas, whom he assaulted, has now fully recovered since being readmitted to hospital after suffering a seizure following the attack. And the 2 men who stole the Dune buggy were both found guilty of burglary and aggravated vehicle taking and were given community orders and 12-month driving bans. The fact that they caught themselves on camera only goes to show you don't have to be stupid to be a thief, but it certainly helps.
Don't wanna hear about it. Every single one's got a story to tell. Everyone knows about it. I'm the queen of England. And if I can see